Financial Intelligence Moment.
This is Financial Intelligence Moment. The difference between the rich and the poor is knowledge. Financial Intelligence Moment is designed to expose some of the financial mistakes that has kept the poor poorer. The poor desires financial security, while the rich takes risk with financial intelligence to achieve financial freedom. The poor in most cases has just one means of income, while the rich has multiple streams of income. The question is, do you spend more than you earn?
This is Financial Intelligence Moment.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. It's the FBI coach here once again. My name is Charles Eze. They call me the FBI coach. FBI stands for Financial and Business Intelligence. All right. You're welcome to the Grace Impact Radio, where word, music, and entertainment lives. You're welcome to my YouTube channel, FBI Coach. You're welcome to this Financial Intelligence Moment. Today, we'll be discussing what you should do in times of financial hardship. We'll be talking about how you can get out of financial hardship because financial hardship, it's all about managing your situation effectively so that you can avoid worsening the situation. There are several necessary actions which you should consider. There are several steps which you can take to manage your finances proactively. There are several things you can do to come out of that financial bottleneck, and these are some of the things I'll be sharing with you in today's edition of Financial Intelligence Moments. You're welcome to today's edition. So if you haven't invited your friends, please share the link you have. Share with your friends, with your loved ones, with your team members, and I often say share with your enemies because that will make you to be at peace with them. All right, so that being said, let us delve right into what we have for today. We'll be talking about financial hardship. The first thing you need to do is to assess your financial situation. You should assess your financial situation by taking stock of your income. You take stock of your expense. You take stock of your debts, your savings. And by understanding your financial position accurately, you can better plan for the next step. You see, it doesn't make sense that you are on a journey. You don't know when you will come out of the bad situation that is facing you because you have not been able to plan, because you have not been able to articulate how things are going. So you need to assess what is currently going on in my life. Am I spending too much money? Am I spending money on the wants and not the needs? Am I keeping up with the Joneses? Keeping up with the Joneses simply means you are trying to please others. You are trying to live like others. This is not what you should be doing. This is not where your money should be going into. But because you want to show off, yeah, that's the right word, because you want to show off, you want to live your life in such a way that people will see that, oh, this guy belongs, this guy knows what's up, this guy is, I mean, it doesn't make sense. So you need to assess your financial situation carefully. Then when you are assessing your financial situation, you also assess your income. Is it that I'm earning too low? Do I need extra income? As a matter of fact, that is not negotiable. Everybody needs additional source of income. Everybody needs multiple sources of income, multiple sources of income. I beg your pardon. Okay, so you need to assess your income. You need to assess your debts. Who am I owing? How much am I owing? What am I owing on? There is a good debt and there is a bad debt. The good debt is what I call leverage. Okay, you borrow money to put in a business, to expand a business. And as the proceeds come, you take the capital you take the facility which you assessed from the bank or from wherever you got the money, you send it back, pay the interest, and you live off um the proceeds on top of it. That is what we call leverage. That's the good debt. Then the bad debt is when you borrow money to pay house rent, you borrow money to pay school fees, borrow money for child education, borrow money for wedding. I mean, borrow money to put in degradable, let me use the word biodegradable resources. You put money in the things that will not multiply itself. You put money in the things that will not yield positive returns. That is a no-no. It is not acceptable. So when you are assessing your financial situation, these are some of the things you need to look at. You need to carefully assess yourself and ask, what next? What should I do? That's one of the ways to deal with financial hard times. Okay. The next thing you need to do is to create a realistic budget. So having assessed your financial situation, you know where you are. Okay, it's like taking a snapshot of what you look like today, and in the next 1 year, I want to reduce 20 kg, I want to reduce 10 kg, I want to reduce 15 kg. So you take a snapshot of what you are right now, and you know where you want to be in the next few months, in the next few weeks, in the next few years. That is your snapshot. So having taken that snapshot, you need to create a realistic budget. From the first year, for the first month, my wife and I, we got married. We have always lived on budget, and we budget everything. We didn't get it right immediately, but because we were consistent, we refused to give up. We started doing it, and now it keeps getting better and better and better. Okay, there are two types of budgeting. There is reverse budgeting, and there is the actual budgeting. So the reverse budgeting means you spend money on your whatever you want to spend money on. At the end of the expense, you then sum it together and say, okay, this is how much I spend every month. So you start budgeting on that. That is called reverse budgeting. While the actual budgeting is, if $100 comes into your hand right now, you remove $50 for your recurring expenses. So out of that $50, you pay your house rent, you pay your utility, you pay security, you pay. So you are spending on the recurring expense. Okay. You have $50 left. You take, you decide to put 30% aside for the Freedom Day. The 30% has, so the 30% is $30. Okay. You put it in an account that you cannot easily take money out of it. You can easily put money in, but you can't take out so easily. It's not a fire brigade account. It's not a savings account. It's an account where, I mean, when you go to your bank, you ask your bank for, even if it's a savings account, but there are fixed savings accounts with better interest. You can put the money into, you can lock the money down in fixed deposit. You can lock the money down in what is it called? I mean, there are so many ways you can lock your money down. Let me not give you some tips that is not in line with what you believe. However, that 30% should be kept safe from you. When you are saving your money, it should be saved from you. It is very important. That's why savings account is not called savings account. Instead, it is known as savings account. It's a fire brigade account because money that goes into a savings account can be easily assessed. So it's meant for recurring expense. It should be, that's why we call it fire brigade account. Okay, so take a realistic budget, create a realistic budget. And creating a realistic budget is crucial, it's essential. Okay, it helps you to prioritize the most important expense, like household, like we have food, we have utilities, we have debt payments, and other essential payments. Okay, and it will be best if you also cut back on the non-essential spendings, so you can free up more money for the more important things. Non-essential spendings, like you are thirsty, you have water, you have carbonated drink. So the non-essential is carbonated drink. The essential, the important is water, because the carbonated drink cannot quench your thirst. Even if it quenches your thirst, it's temporary. But water will give you a lasting first, I wanted to say a lasting solution. It will permanently quench that thirst at that moment. Okay. So you need to find a way to free up money. And as you are freeing up money, you are putting it in the more important things. And this will help you manage your finances better. Creating a budget does three things for you. Budget gives you security. It saves you from unnecessary expenses. Budgeting creates it brings more money to your hand, into your pocket, into your bank account, because money attracts money. Then budgeting creates comfort. When you know you have certain amount of money in your investment portfolio, in your in your various investments which you have, it creates a level of comfort in your heart. Okay, so you, after assessing your financial situation, you need to create a realistic budget. And someone said to me, Charles, how can I create a budget? How can I have a realistic budget when the income I have currently is not even taking, is not enough to take care of my living expenses? That is the more reason why you need to create a budget. By the time you create a budget, you discover that sometimes, or most times, your money goes into the non-essential things, non-important, not so budgeting helps you to prioritize it. Which one comes first? Which one should I let go of? I don't need this right now. Now, I've been spending money on this. I don't need it right now because my income cannot take care of it. And let me tell you another good thing budgeting does for you. It places you under positive peer pressure to identify other sources of income. That is when your reticular activating system, your RAS, starts working. You start thinking, okay, what can I do aside my job, aside this business? What can I do to make more money? How can I create additional sources of income? That's when you start thinking of your technical skills. I have this thing, I can do this, I can speak, I can cook, I can wash. I'm into hospitality, I'm into financial sector, I'm into engineering, I'm in the health sector. I mean, whatever it is you do, that's when your RAS wakes up. You are thinking, okay, so how do I monetize this skill? How do I put a commercial value to this thing I do? I was speaking in the church. I was talking to women. Okay, I was speaking to them about the necessary steps they need to take to grow their finances, and I made them to understand there are three key basic things they must do if they want to grow their finances. I told them they need to develop technical skills. Number two, they need to develop business skills, and number three, they need to delay gratification. Technical skills are understanding what you can do. What are you good at? How do I maximize this skill I have? That is one part. Business skills has to do with how do I market this skill? How do I monetize this skill? How do I sell myself? How do I tell the story around what I sell? Who want to listen to my story? Is my story the right story to be told? How can I make my story more compelling? How can I be able to use my story as a hook to get what I want? So that's the business part of it. And when it comes to the business part of it, you might not do it on your own. You need to, that's when partnership comes in. That's where collaboration comes in. That is when you start outsourcing. Don't try to be jack of all trades. Don't try to be the lawyer, the doctor, the accountant, the video editor, the sound editor. I mean, you're doing everything all by yourself. You need to collaborate with others. Okay, these are some of the positive aspects of budgeting. Then when you have developed these business skills or you have partnered with somebody, that is then it now moves you to the third part, which is delayed gratification. That is when you stop keeping up with the Joneses. You stop living your life to please people. You stop showing off. I don't show off. You can never see me show off. I don't believe in showing off. I don't believe because I want to so that people will know I'm wearing this label, so that people will know I'm associated with this. For me, that's hogwash. I don't believe in that. Everything I do, my focus is on the next generation. What am I leaving for my children? What am I leaving for my children's children? And that is what the good book says, that a good man leaves inheritance for his children and his children's children. I don't care what people say about me. My mentor said to me, Charles, what people say about you is none of your business. What matters most is what is God saying about me. Whatever I'm currently doing, is it in line with God's will for my life? As long as I'm pleasing God, as long as what I'm doing is in line with what God thinks and believes and wants for me, I'm okay with that. I don't care what people say on social media, or oh, this guy is not, you're not showing off, you're not. Man, get out of that. You need to delay gratification. You need to focus your income on the most essential things, the most important things. Are you getting value from what I'm sharing with you? Please, if you haven't shared the link, kindly share the link with your friends, the link, either the Grace Impact Radio link or my YouTube channel link. Share it. And if you watch the replay, please remember to share the link as well. Let's spread this news. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so. I appreciate you. I thank you for coming first to be on the channel. Then thank you for also subscribing, and remember to activate the notification button so that whenever I drop content, you'll be one of the first to know. All right, so let's continue on this journey. Now, when you have created your realistic budget, the third thing you need to do is to reach out to your creditors, reach out to your lenders and service providers and discuss your situation. Hey, I know that things are really, I know that I haven't paid up this money. Please, I want to negotiate payment plans, okay? Reduced interest rates or temporary relief options that can help you manage your situation, that can help you manage your debt, that can help you manage your bills more effectively. It doesn't make sense for you to keep running away from them, staying away from them. You don't take their calls. You don't call them back. You don't give them updates. You don't give them situation reports. It's not nice. You need to reach out to these people. If you are owing people, reach out to those you are owing and discuss payment terms with them. If people are owing you, reach out to them and discuss payment terms with them. Whatever the case will be, or I beg your pardon, whatever the case, whatever the situation, it can always be resolved on the table of what? Dialogue. All right? So discuss with your creditors and find out ways to manage your finances more effectively. Okay. Then the next thing you need to think about, the fourth thing you need to do is to prioritize. It's very, very important. I've seen a lot of people make this mistake. They are not prioritizing their money. They are putting their income in the wrong place. It's crucial to identify which expenses are critical. Which expenses are critical for survival. And you allocate your limited resources accordingly. You don't just scatter your seeds here and there. You need to prioritize. You need to uh, uh, um, uh, uh, put it, place it according to importance, because it is important to cut back on discretionary spending. Yes, let me use that phrase. It's important. You need to cut back on discretionary spending and luxury items when things are hard for you, because you are looking into the future. You are looking into tomorrow. It's not just about satisfying now. Until your financial situation improves, you need to cut back on certain things. There are certain places you go to before to have fun and all that. Once things are not the way they should be financially, you need to cut back. Okay, you need to prioritize. You need to uh, um, take the right step in the right direction. All right. All right. So, what do you do next? You need to identify other sources of income. I have touched on this a bit. You should look for additional sources of income. Like I said earlier, one of the things budgeting does for you is to uh, uh, um, increase your RAS. You are thinking as though the box does not exist. You are thinking how to monetize your knowledge. You are thinking how to monetize your skills. You are thinking how you can collaborate with Mama and Kichi to start creating more content. You are thinking how you can collaborate with Iyarisika so that both of you can start selling more products. You are thinking how you can collaborate with the FBI coach industry so that you can start sell get into affiliate marketing, sell their products and make money off it. You should identify other sources of income. So you do part-time work, you do freelancing, or you're selling unused items, you're selling used items. I mean, when you're maximizing your income, it can help you offset some financial difficulties, and you build a more stable financial foundation. Nobody survives on one income stream. You must learn to diversify. And you're still saying to me, Charles, the income I have is not even enough. You are thinking of additional sources of income. See, until you change your lens, the way you tilt your lens, until you change it, you might not see the positive part of it. If you are thinking of the problems, if you are thinking of, oh, the economy it's terrible. I'm not saying the economy is not bad. I'm not saying things are not hard around the nation, around the world, particularly in Nigeria today, things are going out of hand, or it has even gone out of hand. I'm not disputing that fact. But within this situation, in the midst of these challenges, there is a place for you. There is something God has prepared for you, because from statistics, it has shown that more millionaires are made in the time of recession, in difficult times, in financial hard times. More millionaires are made. So you need to identify, what is it can I do right now that can create more sources of income, that can put more money back into my pocket. It's very important, because one income stream can hardly take you anywhere. Are you getting value from what I'm sharing with you? The next thing you need to do is to seek relief assistance. Okay, it's essential to research government assistance programs, community resources, or I'm trying to remember, charity organizations, yes, that provide support for individuals facing financial hardship. So at this point, you need to cut down your pride. One of the reasons some people remain on the same level and they're not moving forward, yet they have not found a way out of where they are, is as a result of pride. You need to take down your pride. You need to humble yourself. It doesn't make sense that you are poor and you're proud. So these programs can offer temporary relief and help you cover the essential expenses during tough times. So you need to look for ways where you can leverage on these things, okay? Leverage on these opportunities to be able to get out of the financial hardship, financial hard time that you have found yourself in. All right. Then, above all, you need to focus on your mental and your emotional health. It's very important. You need to focus on your mental and your emotional health. See, financial stress is terrible. It can damage your mental health and it can damage your emotional health if not properly handled. Because when you are seeking when you are thinking, how do I get out of this? How do I deal with this situation? And you're not using the right indices, it can reset your brain in a negative way. So one of the things you need to do is to speak out. It is said that a problem shared is a problem half solved. Okay, so seeking support from friends, from family, or professional counselors, it's important. Speak to someone, speak to a professional, engage in self-care activities so that you can manage your stress and maintain this sound mind during challenging times. It's very important because if your mind is not at rest, if your mind is not in tune with your body, with your environment, then there's a problem. So by taking these necessary actions, and staying, the most important part of it is that you need to stay proactive. You need to initiate. You need to think ahead of time in managing your finances. You can be able to navigate through financial hard times. You can be able to navigate through financial difficulties more effectively, and you're working towards more stable and secure financial future for yourself. Is very important, but you need to take this action. So just to reiterate on a few things I have talked about, first, you need to assess your financial situation. It's very important. If you don't assess your situation, you will not know what to do next. If you don't know where you are, you will not know where you want to go to. And if I don't know where you're going to, then you're not qualified for help. You're not qualified for help. You need to understand where you are currently. That is when you are assessing your financial situation. Then the next thing you need to do is to create a realistic budget. Budgeting is very important. Budgeting helps you to stay safe. Budgeting creates comfort. Budgeting creates security. It secures you from unnecessary expenses. And you also need to have a discussion with your lenders, with your creditors and service providers. Discuss with them. I tell people, on your way to clearing your debt, you don't need to sacrifice your financial future. No, it's not acceptable. It's not right. You need it. Fine. You have already found yourself in this situation. What do you do next? You need to have a discussion. I think one of the books we reviewed in our business hangout, I'm trying to remember the name of this book. Is it The Millionaire Next Door? The Richest Man in Babylon. Yes, he talked about it. There was a particular chapter where he talked about how you need to sit down and discuss with your creditors, your debtors, your service providers, how you need to sit down and discuss with them on the terms, how you can pay off your debts bit by bit without sacrificing your financial future. Okay. And the fifth thing I talked about is that you need to identify additional sources of income. Don't depend on one income stream. One income stream is suicidal. One income stream is like a man standing on a precarious ground. You need multiple streams of income. I have never seen a wealthy man who lives on one income stream. There are five ways to create where you can create income and not just passive income, because for you to create passive income, you must start with active income. You must engage your time and your money in it, and gradually you are disassociating, or you are disassociating your time from your money. And as you continue on that, you can become financially free. So these 5 ways are real estate. Number 2 is, so real estate, when you invest, you're buying properties, you're selling properties, you are buying shortlets, hostels, and all that. Number 2 is a paper investment or digital assets. So you're buying shares, you're buying stocks, you're buying bonds, you're buying treasury bills, ETFs, you're buying cryptocurrencies. Okay. The third one is automated business. You start up a business, and gradually the business is getting into auto cruise. Okay, you start into buying and selling. You're selling products, you're selling services, whichever it is. Then the fourth one is intellectual property. You make money from your brain, from the talent which you have. Like what you have been hearing from me is a product of intellectual property. There are people who pay me for what you are listening for free. I have community who pay me for it. That's why I keep giving back to the society. There's a particular, let me not reveal their details, but there's a particular country that pay me for giving out this information you are getting for free. It's called intellectual property. Then the fifth one is network marketing. I made a lot of money from network marketing. Network marketing is amazing. If you find a good one, you can leverage on it. You can get into network marketing. Okay, so identify additional sources of income. Then also research on relief assistance programs that you can leverage on. Then I also talked about your mental health. Your mental health is very important. It's absolutely important to take care of your mental health. It's very important for you to get out of that bottleneck of helping your mind to stay in tune with the now. Okay, I believe you got value from what I have shared with you today. I'm going to be talking more about this in this direction as the weeks go by. Okay, I remain humble. I remain just one and only Charles Eze, the FBI coach. It's been my pleasant pleasure and a privilege to be your host today's edition of Financial Intelligence Moment. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, and have a wonderful day.
This is Financial Intelligence Moment.
Until next week, manage your expenses, increase your income, and keep working towards financial freedom.